Okay folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Again, this is the series on basic reloading. Today I'm going to be covering the last step in the reloading process, and that is bullet seating and crimping. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull out our resizing die. Okay. We're going to grab our seating and crimping die. There we go. Looks like this. There's a little thing floating around inside of there. That's the part that seats. The part that crimps is the body of the die itself. There are specific instructions on how to set this up. I'm going to read Hornady's. They say, seating without a crimp. Insert a sized case into the shell holder and raise the press ram. Back out the seater adjustment screw. If you have the seater adjustment screw too low to start, you may run out of adjustment. Thread the seating die into the press until you feel resistance. At that point, the crimp ring has come in contact with the mouth of the case. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to use an unprimed case. That boy there. Raise the ram all the way up. Back out the seating part and screw in the body of the die. Back off the lock ring. Okay, I just started to feel resistance, so I've hit the mouth of the case with the crimp ring. Now, back the die out of the press one turn to prevent the case from being crimped. Tighten the die body lock ring. Raise the handle and return the ram to its starting position. Insert a bullet in the case mouth. Raise the ram so the cartridge and bullet enter the alignment sleeve. Thread the seater adjustment screw until resistance is felt. Upon completion of the stroke, the bullet should be barely seated in the case. And then adjust the seater adjustment screw down in small increments, each time operating the handle until the bullet is seated to the desired length. Now, seating with a crimp. To begin, refer to the procedure for seating without a crimp. Follow the procedure throughout, however, do not tighten the die body lock ring. Once you've reached the preferred seating depth for the bullet, back out the seater adjustment screw a few turns. Raise the ram with the cartridge to the top of the stroke. Thread the seater die body into the press until it meets resistance. Again, at that point, the mouth of the case has met resistance with the crimper. Thread the seater die body into the press in small increments, 1/16 turns, each time operating the handle. At the completion of each stroke, inspect the cartridge for the proper crimp. Once you've reached the desired crimp, with the cartridge still in the die, tighten the die body lock ring. Then, while holding down the handle, thread the seater adjustment screw downward until it contacts the bullet. So, long and short of that is, you are basically, you're going to seat the bullet first, then you're going to adjust the die body to fit the crimp that you desire, and then tighten this back down until it meets the cartridge that you've just made. So that's kind of an involved procedure. There is a shorter, quicker way to do this, which is what I've just done is I've gotten the die body down to where it's hitting a case. Now, I'm going to back that out and use one that I've already made that I know has a good crimp. The way you test whether it's got a good crimp on it or not is called the plunk test. Will it plunk? And it does. So we're going to raise that up there. And we're not messing with the seating depth at all yet. We're just messing with the crimp. And I went a little bit further because I didn't have resistance like I had with this one, because this case hasn't been crimped. Now I think we're going to be at the proper crimp. So I could just tighten the lock ring down. Got it, okay. And now, bullet seater, I go until I hit the bullet, which is right there. And now my die is pretty much set up. Let's test it. Where do I want to put? Oh, it's not what I want to test it with. Actually, you know what? It's okay to waste a bullet. Because I don't want to use one of my charged cases. So we're going to put that case in there. We're going to put our bullet in there. It's hard to do with the camera around here. Some types of cartridge you need to flare the case before you do this. I don't usually bother with 9mm, so I'm just going to go all the way back down. And we end up with what feels like a sufficient crimp. Let's test it with the plunk. Hear the sound it makes? Hear the sound it makes? Okay. And we get out our caliper. And we close the caliper, zero it, and we measure our cartridge overall length, 1.1060. I'm looking for 1.090. So I'm going to go like a 16th. Okay. 1.1015. So we're going to go a whole quarter turn. .0900 inches. Just like that. So our die is completely set up. Now we can just seat all of those charged cases, and the next time I'll see you is at the range. Thanks for watching.